Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review on AUTOart composite models and why I think they will never be as good as the old school AUTOart signature series models. Now, AUTOart have moved to a different material, composite, and this is how they're making their future models now. They've stopped using die cast metal, and now they're using this lighter composite material. Now, AUTOart are notoriously famous for making extremely high-end detailed models, especially in their signature series, and I don't think their reputation will last them much longer with this new line that they're heading in. So on the turntable, I've got the Porsche 918 Spider, a AUTOart composite model. This is not an AUTOart signature model. This is their new composite models. Now, AUTOart have released a few models, the Pagani Huayra BC, the Pagani Huayra, the 918, that are in this new composite material. Now, personally, if you lift up this car, it is so light. It is way lighter than the old school AUTOart signature models, and I've heard many collectors on YouTube and on other diecast society pages saying that they're just nowhere near as good as the old school signature series models, which I'll do a comparison on. So even though the 918 that I've got right now is a very nice model, it's got quite a lot of detail on it, and it just looks really nice, and I feel like you have to have a 918 in part of your collection, part of the Holy Trinity, the first kind of hybrid hypercars that we saw alongside with the McLaren P1 and the LaFerrari, but I just feel that AUTOart should have just kept on making signature series models. I would have just collected more and more of them. I won't be collecting any more AUTOart composite models. I'd rather collect the old school signature series models, like for example the Honda Nsx Type R, an absolute amazing model. And I'll do a comparison between these two, between the old signature series and the new composite model by AUTOart. So why don't I like this model? It's not that I don't like it, I just think they're taking a couple steps back in terms of their detail compared to their old signature series models. As I've said, the weight of this model is very light compared to die-cast metal, and the little details that they've left out compared to their old ways that they used to do. Also, another thing to point out is that you don't get a certificate of authenticity with these models anymore, like the old signature series, and you don't get any kind of the accessories that you normally get when you used to buy signature series, like cloths and magnifying glass and other stuff like that, which I quite like to have, especially the certificate. I always think that's a nice touch from the old AUTOart signature models, but I just think overall there's not a lot of detail on these or new AUTOart models, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What do you think about AUTOart's new direction? Do you think they're better or worse than their old signature series models? Yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments about what you think about where AUTOart is going. Now, this is a fully opening die-cast model. The rear clam opens up. I think you have to unscrew it though. I've never done it because I've seen pictures online about the engine detail on the rear clam of the 918, and frankly they are nowhere near as good as the old school signature series. I've never lifted this one off, but after seeing the pictures online and on YouTube, I don't really feel like it's worth it, to be honest with you. There's just nowhere near as good as detail as some of the like the Zondas, the Huayras, the Nsx, the Honda Type Rs, for example. So I've never lifted it off, but the detail in there is nowhere near as good. The interior of the model is fairly nicely done. It looks really realistic. You've got this nice kind of coffee-like interior. Steering wheel's done very nicely. Seats done nicely. And this model does come with the roof, which I've stored in the bonnet, which lifts up. So in there you can see the nicely detailed carbon fibre decor roof panels that sit in the roof, sit in the bonnet, and there's not really much more detail in there. If that was an AUTOart signature model, there'd be a lot more detail around the edges of the bonnet. I can pretty much assure you on that. But overall, there's just not that much detail in comparison to the old school models. So let's put on one of AUTOart's best ever signature series models that they made. Okay, so now we've got the Honda Nsx Type R on the turntable, and immediately lifting up this model to put it on the turntable, it is so much more heavier than the new composite material that AUTOart's using in the 918. Now the detail on this model is absolutely phenomenal, but I kind of want to save that for you guys when I do an in-depth review of this model. I haven't done any in-depth reviews on my AUTOart signature series yet. That's coming shortly, and I will show you everything on this model that you need to know. But for the meantime, everything on this model opens up. The detail is absolutely phenomenal, and this is one of AUTOart's, probably one of their signature series model cars, and they're quite rare now. They made a yellow one, a black one, a red one, and a couple of other ones, and prices on eBay for these are quite high as well, just due to their rarity, I suppose, and the level of detail that these old signature series models have. And I think collectors now are realizing to buy these old school signature series models because they know AUTOart are never going to go back to making these types of models. So these old school signature series models across all of them are slowly creeping up in value, just because AUTOart are not making them anymore. They're becoming very rare, and AUTOart are never going to go back to their signature series models. So these models are slowly going up in value. I mean, I believe I bought this Honda Nsx for about £160 5-6 years ago, and I just feel that it's gone up in value, and I just think it's miles better than what AUTOart are producing now. I would rather spend my money on buying a old signature series model than a new AUTOart composite model. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like the old AUTOart signature models? Do you prefer them over the composites? As I say, I will be opening up this model in my in-depth reviews, but I just think, I mean, just the interior detail that you could see through the window, the red seats, it's got the Nsx badge on the seats. The seat belts are just so realistically done. Everything is just unbelievably done with these model cars. I very highly recommend them to add to your collection. And I just think they're amazing. I mean, you know that I've got another 13 AUTOart signature models. I am on the lookout for a couple more. but I will be doing in-depth reviews on all of them coming soon on the channel. But I just wanted to point out why I think that AUTOart are going downhill now with their model cars, between the 918 and the old school Signature series. And I just think that I wouldn't buy another new AUTOart model ever again, and that's quite sad. They used to be my favourite manufacturer, and I used to love their Signature series models. That's why I've got so many in my collection. But let me know what you think. I hope this video was helpful if you're looking to buy AUTOart models, and I'll be doing more videos similar to this on the channel in the next few days. So take care, and I'll see you soon.